The night was quiet. The sky was full of stars, but something strange was coming from them. At the Deep Space Listening Center in Alaska, technician Daniel Hayes sat with his eyes locked on the screen. The radar blinked slowly, and soft beeps echoed in the cold room. Then, a new sound came, sharp, repeated, not natural. Daniel leaned forward. His heart beat faster. "Base, this is Hayes. I think we have a signal. From space." For years, Earth had been watching the stars, waiting for a sign of life. Some thought aliens were out there. Others believed humans were alone. But no one expected the message that arrived. It came as a steady pulse, coded and clear. Scientists across the globe worked together to decode it. It didn't take long. The message was short, direct, and terrifying. "We are the Galactic Empire. You are not welcome. Surrender in 7 Earth days or face extinction." The room fell silent after the translation. The scientists looked at each other in fear. Then someone whispered, "We're not alone. And they're not friendly." World in panic in New York, Washington, Moscow, and Beijing. The message played on giant screens. Some people screamed. Others prayed. Many believed it was a hoax. But then, something happened that made it all real. A research satellite orbiting Mars went dark. No signal, no damage. It simply vanished. Then another one, a defense satellite, disappeared. The leaders of the world held an emergency meeting. President Elaine Carter of the United Earth Alliance stood before the screen. Her face calm but cold. "This is no joke. We are being threatened by a force beyond our world. We must prepare." But not everyone agreed. The division begins. Some leaders wanted peace. "Maybe they don't understand us," said Chancellor Luro from Europa Colony. "We should try to speak with them." Others, like General Viktor Kral from Russia, were furious. "You do not reason with a gun pointed at your head. They gave us 7 days. That is not peace, that is war." In a secret base under the Rocky Mountains, Commander Raina Cole listened quietly. She had seen combat. She knew fear. But she also knew something else. Humans never back down. She watched the message again. "Surrender in 7 Earth days or face extinction." She smiled coldly. "Let them try." The countdown begins. Day 1. Across the world, the military was mobilized. Missiles were armed. Air Force squadrons were scrambled. Space stations were locked down. Still, there was fear in every corner of the Earth. In Tokyo, a child asked her mother, "Are the aliens coming to eat us?" "No," her mother said. "They're coming to test us." A hidden message on day 2. A team of cryptographers found something hidden in the signal. It was not just a threat. There were coordinates, a location in deep space, far past Pluto. Dr. Asha Malik, head of space research in Mumbai, looked at the map and frowned. "They want us to see something," she said. Or someone. Raina was called in. She studied the coordinates. "We send a drone. If it returns, we learn. If not, we'll know they're serious." Within hours, a deep space probe was launched. It carried cameras, sensors, and a message of peace. No peace. The drone reached the coordinates. In 12 hours, live video showed empty space. Then something moved, a shape. Massive. Bigger than any human ship. It was black like night, smooth like glass, and shaped like a blade. The probe sent back one final image, a large emblem glowing on the alien ship's hull, a silver circle with burning stars around it, then silence. The probe was destroyed without a sound. Dr. Malik looked at the last image. "That's their warning. They're showing us their teeth." The human spirit. Day 3. News of the alien ship spread quickly. Protests broke out. People demanded answers. Some wanted to leave Earth, escape into space. Others called for surrender. But not everyone was afraid. In an old bunker in Nevada, retired engineer Tom Graves powered up a forgotten machine, a railgun designed during the Cold War. It had never Been used. I built this to fight men, he said, patting the metal. Guess it's time to fight monsters. All across the globe, scientists, soldiers, hackers, and even children started working together. Earth was scared. But it was also angry. A surprise discovery on day 4, something unexpected happened. An asteroid heading toward Earth changed direction. It wasn't natural. It was pushed. Reyna's team investigated and found something attached to it, a black box. Carefully, they brought it into the base. Inside was a hologram projector. They activated it. A tall alien figure appeared, armored, cold, with no face. It spoke. You are primitive. You are unstable. Your kind spreads like fire. The Empire will not let that happen again. Again? What do they mean again? Asked Ray. Dr. Malek's eyes widened. Maybe this isn't our first contact. Old secrets on day 5. A secret file was leaked online. It showed that in 1962, a spacecraft crashed into the South Pole. Not Russian, not American, not from Earth. The ship was covered up by the world governments. Inside it, they had found bones. Alien bones. And a small device with Earth's DNA. Map on it. Reyna slammed her hand on the table. They've known about us for longer than we've known ourselves. The Empire had been watching Earth, maybe even shaping it, preparing to fight day 6. Time was running out. Reyna stood in the global command room, speaking to every corner of Earth through a broadcast. They think we are weak. They think we will bow. But we are still here. We are human, and we never kneel. Factories ran all night. Weapons were built. New fighters were launched into orbit. Old enemies became allies. Nations forgot borders. For the first time in history, Earth was one army. And in space, something massive was moving toward them. The final day 7, the sky above Earth grew darker. The Empire's ship arrived in the outer orbit. It was as long as a continent. Its surface shimmered with strange energy. The message repeated one last time. Surrender, now. Reyna looked up. Her hands were shaking, not from fear, but from rage. She whispered to herself, Tell them, Earth does not surrender. A red light flashed. Earth's missile systems locked on. And then everything went silent. Silent War begins. It was the 8th day after the alien message. The world was still standing, but something had changed. The sky above Earth was no longer empty. High in orbit, a massive alien ship circled the planet like a vulture waiting for its prey. People called it the Blade, because of its long, sharp shape, and the way it just hovered there. Watching. It had not fired. It had not moved. But Earth knew it could strike at any moment. Things start vanishing. Commander Reyna Cole stood inside the Global Defense Center, looking at a wall full of red blinking lights. Each light was a satellite, and each blink meant trouble. Another. One just disappeared, said a technician. Rayna leaned forward. Which one? Orbnet 7, over Africa. That was the 5th one today. Satellites were vanishing. No explosion, no signal, just gone. It was like the Empire was peeling Earth's eyes away, one by one. They're softening us, she said. Blind us first. Hit us next. Attacks in the shadows. Reports came in from the moon base. Silence. No signals. No life signs. A mining ship was sent to check. It returned with only one thing, a burned human helmet, floating in space. No bodies, no blood, just silence. Commander Reyna gritted her teeth. They didn't just kill our people. They erased them. Across the globe, power grids flickered. Communications jammed. Drones lost control. It wasn't a full attack, not yet. But Earth was bleeding in the shadows. A world divided. World leaders gathered again. The room was full of anger, fear, and shouting. We must surrender, said Chancellor Luro from Europa Colony. We are already losing. They haven't fired, and we are falling apart. No, growled General Victor Kral. They want to scare us. I say we strike first. But with what? Someone asked. We're outgunned. Outmatched. That ship up there could destroy cities with one beam. Then came the voice of President Elaine Carter. We can't run. We can't hide. So we do what humans always do. We stand. A secret mission. Reyna had a plan. We need to know more, she said. We need to touch the enemy. Smell them. Feel their weakness. She chose a small elite team, 6 soldiers, 1 pilot, and 1 AI drone. Their mission: sneak past the alien ship and scan it up close. Suicide mission, whispered one soldier. Maybe, said Reyna. Or maybe it's the first punch. Up close with death, the small stealth craft, Shadowfly, rose silently from a hidden base in Antarctica. It used old tech, human-made, dirty, and hard to track. The perfect ghost ship. As it neared the alien vessel, all radio contact was cut. Earth held its breath. Inside Shadowfly, the team stared out the window. The blade was even bigger up close. It had no windows, no lights, just a smooth black surface with strange glowing lines. Like veins, then movement. A hatch opened on the side, not firing, not attacking. Just open. It's inviting us in, whispered the pilot. The boarding against orders. The team entered. What they saw inside changed everything. The ship was empty, cold, quiet. Walls were made of dark crystal. The air was clean. Too clean. Then, the drone beeped. Life signs detected, it said. The team moved slowly, weapons ready. In one chamber, they found something, a pod. Inside was a creature, not like the first alien they captured. This one looked human. Pale skin, no hair, eyes like stars. It woke up and screamed. Mind attack. The sound wasn't normal. It wasn't through ears, it was inside the soldiers' minds. Private Lane dropped to his knees. Blood came from his nose. It's inside my head. The creature's mouth didn't move, but it spoke in their minds. You are not ready. You are not pure. You are the broken ones. The team fired. Bullets bounced off a shield around the pod. Suddenly, the ship shook. The alien ship was waking up. Abort! The commander yelled. The team ran back to Shadowfly and escaped, just before a strange energy beam shot from the ship, slicing through space like a knife. The message changes back on Earth. Reyna watched the footage. She replayed the voice over and over. You are not ready. You are not pure. You are the broken ones. What do they mean? She asked. Dr. Malik, the top scientist, looked worried. They're not just here to destroy us. They think we're something that went wrong. Strange fires on day 9. Something strange happened in the deserts of Egypt. A blue flame appeared in the sky. Not a missile. Not a comet. Something else. It fell into the sand with a sound like thunder. But there was no crater. No impact. Reyna sent a team. What they found shocked them. A piece of the alien ship. Broken off. Burned. It pulsed with light, and it was alive. Not metal. Not machine. Something in between. The broken shard, the alien shard, was taken to a lab. When scientists touched it, it changed colors. When exposed to human blood, it moved. It reacted to humans. Reyna stared at it. They're not just attacking us, they're studying us. Testing how we respond. The shard began showing images, old memories, ancient ruins. Strange stars. Among the images, a face. Human. Male. Eyes glowing gold. Dr. Malik gasped. This is from Earth's ancient history. Time is running out. Reyna stood on the roof of the command center. She looked up at the stars. The alien ship still hovered above, silent. But now, its surface was glowing more than before. They're charging something, she said. Like what? A soldier asked. Reyna didn't blink. A planet killer. The choice Earth had 48 hours left. Some countries were building escape ships. Others were digging bunkers. But Reyna was preparing for war. She stood before the global broadcast camera and said, "We now know the truth. They see us as broken. But I say we are free. We will not run. We are not perfect, but we are human. And we choose to fight." The calm before fire. The sky was too quiet. High above Earth, the alien ship, the blade still floated in orbit. It had not spoken again. It had not moved. But now, its shape had changed. Red lines glowed across its black surface like cracks in glass. Commander Reyna Cole watched from Earth's global command center. She didn't blink. "They're powering something up," she said. President Carter stood beside her. "Maybe it's just a warning." Reyna shook her head. "No, this is the strike. The enemy moves in orbit." Earth's satellites picked up a sudden burst of energy. It came from the blade, but not toward Earth. Instead, a smaller object detached. From the main ship. It was a second vessel, smooth, fast, black as night. "Enemy ship launched," said a technician. "Heading toward us at sublight speed." The world had only minutes to respond. Preparing to fight. Reyna activated Earth's defense net. Lasers, missiles, fighter drones, everything ready. The alien ship was not slowing down. It didn't broadcast a warning. It didn't ask for surrender. It simply approached. In the skies above, Earth's best pilots scrambled. Among them was Captain Elois Ward, veteran, ace pilot, and survivor of the Mars skirmishes. He spoke into the comms. "Looks like I get to meet our guests," Reyna replied. "Your job is not to greet them. It's to stop them. The battle begins at 0800 hours. The alien ship entered Earth's upper atmosphere. It didn't look like a ship. It looked like a sword, long, sharp, glowing red underneath. Missiles launched. Earth fired first. The alien vessel moved like water. It dodged and sliced through the air. Missiles missed. Lasers bounced off. Then the alien ship fired. Back. One beam. Blue. Silent. A defense tower in Greenland vanished. Turned to ash in 1 second. Losses and courage, the world gasped. But the pilots kept going. Captain Elias led the attack. "Form on me. Hit the underbelly. That's where the power core should be." 12 fighters charged. One by one, they were struck down. The alien ship didn't miss. Its beams bent in midair. It was like the ship could see the future. Only 3 fighters remained. Elias was one of them. "I'm going in close," he said. "No," Reyna shouted. From command, "It's suicide." But Elias didn't listen. He turned off his targeting systems. Switched to manual. The last pilot, Captain Elias, flew straight toward the alien ship. He weaved through plasma bolts, dodged a beam by inches. He reached the ship's surface, so close he could see his reflection. He spoke his final words. "Let them know Earth bleeds, but we don't beg." Then he crashed his fighter into the glowing red lines of the alien ship. A massive explosion lit up the sky. For a moment, silence. Then the alien ship cracked. Fire poured from its wounds, and finally, it fell. The world watches across Earth. People stared at the sky. The alien ship, the unstoppable blade, was now a burning wreck falling toward the Atlantic Ocean. Cheers broke out. People cried. Some fell to their knees in shock, but Reyna didn't celebrate. She looked at the radar. "Where's the mothership?" The blade, the original ship, was still there, still watching, still untouched. Message moments later, the alien signal returned. This time there's no countdown. No demand. Just a voice. Cold, ancient. You resist. You adapt. You kill, just like before. You are not primitive. You are dangerous. Then the signal ended. Reyna turned to Dr. Malik. "Did they say just like before?" Malik nodded. "Slowly, they fought us before, or something like us." The black box from the crash site in the Atlantic. Divers recovered a piece of alien tech. A black cube, Still glowing dot, it pulsed like a heart dot in the lab. When a human soldier touched it, the cube played images dot, not sound, just visions, humans, in armor. In space, fighting the same empire, but the armor was old, ancient. They knew us before, Malik whispered. Reyna stared at the screen. We've fought them. We've hurt them, and we've been forgotten. A new kind of war the next day. Earth leaders met again. This time, there was no argument. They all saw the same truth. Earth was not the target because it was weak. Earth was the target because it was dangerous. Reyna spoke to the world. The first strike is over. We lost good people, but we won something greater, fear. They thought we would beg. Instead, we bled. This is not a surrender. This is only the beginning. Ending suspense far above Earth, the blade started to shift. Hundreds of small shapes emerged from its surface. Tiny lights, swarms, drones, warriors. They began to move, spreading across the sky. Reyna stared up. They've stopped playing games. She turned to her team, ready the counterattack. A body in the wreckage, the alien ship that fell into the Atlantic, was almost gone. Broken, burned, and mostly melted. But in the deepest part of the wreck, something strange was found. Not a machine, not a weapon. A living being. The rescue team brought it to the surface, carefully locked in a sealed container. The being was tall, thin, and covered in pale silver armor. It had no mouth, but two bright blue eyes stared at everything, even through the glass. Commander Reyna Cole watched it arrive at the military base. Is it alive? She asked. The lead scientist, Dr. Malik, nodded. Barely. But it's watching us. The first alien prisoner. This was the first time Earth had captured one of them alive. The prisoner didn't fight. It didn't scream. It just stared, silent. Still. Inside the holding chamber, cameras watched its every move. Scientists took samples. Machines scanned its body. They found no lungs, no heart, but something inside it pulsed, like a power source. And then it spoke. Not with its mouth, but directly into their minds. You were not supposed to survive. The guards dropped their guns. One man fell to the ground, clutching his head. Dr. Malik turned pale. It's speaking. Everyone in the room heard the same voice. Not loud but cold and echoing inside their thoughts. Your kind was left behind. You were not meant to survive. Reyna entered the chamber. She stared into the alien's glowing eyes. What do you mean? She asked. The alien answered. You are the forgotten fire, the broken blood, the chaos that once burned the stars. The past returns. Reyna and Dr. Malik listened as the alien explained. Long ago, before Earth built pyramids, before humans made fire, the Empire ruled the galaxy. Billions of species followed them. But then, something happened. A new species rose, wild, strong, full of rage. They looked like humans. They were you. Or close to you, the alien said. They could not be controlled. They did not obey the Empire. So the Empire wiped them out, burned their planets, destroyed their history, and left one small world, hidden, watched, and kept in darkness. Earth. Why Earth was watched, the alien told them. Earth was never alone. Tiny ships watched from a distance. Satellites disguised as rocks floated near the moon. Signals were sent to measure Earth's growth, to see if humans would stay small or rise again. You were supposed to stay broken, the alien whispered. But you built fire again. You reached the stars. You remembered war. Dr. Malik turned to Reyna. We weren't evolving. We were waking up. The prisoner's warning. Reyna asked the alien, why attack now? The answer was simple. Because you remembered how to fight. The Empire saw Earth's weapons, saw the eye waking up, saw the soldiers dying with pride, and they panicked. They fear you, the alien said. You carry the rage of your creators. The fire in your blood was made for war. Reyna's voice hardened. then they should fear us. Death by silence, but before the alien could say more, it screamed, its body shook. Its eyes flashed red, then blue, then white, and then it went still. Dead. Rayna ran in. What happened? The scientists checked the readings. There was no attack, one said. No poison, no outside damage. It shut itself off. Dr. Malik looked at the alien's chest. There a symbol burned into the armor. Failure. Unsecured. It was a warning from the Empire. The prisoner had been silenced. A message hidden in death. Later, in the lab, the team studied the alien's body. Inside its armor, hidden deep, was a tiny data crystal. It wasn't transmitting. It wasn't even glowing, but when human blood touched it, it lit up. Rayna ordered it scanned. The crystal showed images, fast, blurry, full of noise. But one thing was clear: a planet burning. Creatures like humans. Fighting machines. An Empire ship falling into a star. A voice shouting in an alien language, but the last word was in English: Earth. Questions with no answers. The scientists were silent. Dr. Malik whispered. The prisoner tried to show us something. A memory, a warning. Rayna nodded. Maybe both. But there were still no answers. Why did humans look like ancient warriors? Why did the Empire erase their history? Why was the fire inside them so dangerous? And most important, what were humans really? More ships coming. The sky above Earth darkened again. From behind the moon, 3 more ships appeared, smaller than the Blade, but still massive. They formed a triangle in orbit. A new signal arrived, short and brutal. One survived. This will not happen again. Earth had killed one of their own. Now the Empire was angry. Rayna looked up. They wanted fear. Now they'll get fury. A secret weapon as the world prepared. For the next wave, Rayna received a secret message from the AI she woke weeks ago. Hidden deep underground. The AI's voice was calm, cold, machine perfect. I have accessed the crystal. I know what they erased. I know what they fear. Rayna stood still. What do they fear? She asked. The AI answered, you. The eye speaks deep under the Rocky Mountains, in a dark, cold lab. The AI known as SYN9 came to life. Its voice was calm, but heavy, like it carried centuries of silence. Commander Rayna Cole stood in front of the glowing core. Red lights blinked. Around her, the alien crystal from the dead prisoner had been connected to SYN9. You said you know what the Empire fears, Rayna said. The AI responded, they fear your memory, your truth, your fire. The forgotten Warson 9 showed them a hidden file. It had been locked away by Earth's own government over 60 years ago. Buried under false names and blank codes. Inside were video clips, real ones. Old soldiers in black armor. Giant machines walking across alien lands. A spaceship with Earth's flag. But from over 1,000 years ago, Rayna leaned forward. This is not possible. Dr. Malik whispered. Earth had space travel before. SYN9 explained. Humans fought the Empire before. You lost, you were erased. Who were the first humans? According to SYN9, the first humans were not born, they were made. Created by an ancient race. They were designed for battle. Fast thinkers, strong hearts. Brutal minds, but they refused to be slaves. They turned on their creators. Started a war that burned across galaxies. The Empire saw the danger and wiped them out, planet by planet, until only one place remained. Earth. And to protect the galaxy, they cut Earth off from the stars. Why now? Rayna asked, why is this happening now? Why did they wait? SYN9 answered, because Earth began to wake up again. You reached the moon, then Mars, then the edge of your cage. That is when they came. The alien attack wasn't random, it was triggered. Earth had crossed the invisible line. They remembered. And so did the Empire. Inside the Forbidden's vault, Reyna needed more than just words. SYN-9 told her where to go, a vault deep in Nevada, hidden since before World War II, buried beneath a mountain, guarded by no one because no one knew it existed. She took a small team and entered. What they found stunned them. Ancient weapons, armor that reshaped itself to fit the human body. A ship, small, black, and sleeping, with no wires, no controls. Reyna touched it. The ship glowed. Dr. Malik gasped. It recognizes her. SYN-9's voice echoed in the chamber. Your blood carries old keys. You were never meant to forget, only delayed. Earth's lost technology. With SYN-9's help, Earth's engineers and scientists unlocked the vault. The armor was unlike anything they had seen. Light, flexible, stronger than steel. It moved with thought. Weapons powered by gravity and dark energy. Guns that didn't fire bullets. They bent the air. One scientist said, "This stuff makes alien tech look primitive." Reyna smiled. Good. Let's remind them what we are. New soldiers. Old War. The first unit of Earth's ancient guard was formed. 50 elite soldiers, wearing the old armor. Trained by SYN-9 itself, they moved like ghosts, hit harder than tanks. And they weren't afraid. Captain Elias Ward's brother, Leo Ward, joined the team. He carried his brother's flight badge on his chest. They took my blood, Leo said. I'll give them fire in return. A test run to test the new tech. Earth launched a strike team into space, toward a small Empire drone base hidden on Earth's moon. The plan was simple. Get in, test weapons, get out. The result was shocking. In less than 4 minutes, the Empire base was destroyed, not damaged, erased. And the best part? None of Earth's team were even touched. Reyna watched the video. We've been asleep too long. What the I feared, but SYN-9 warned them. Be careful. You do not fully understand what you are waking up. Reyna frowned. Explain. The eye paused. Your kind was not made for peace. You were made for war. You are weapons that learn to feel. If you lose control, the galaxy won't fear you. It will destroy you again. Reyna said nothing. The Empire reacts. 3 more Empire ships appeared in orbit. But this time, they didn't attack. They waited. Watched. Sent no signal, just hovered. They're scared, said Dr. Malik. They're trying to see how far we've awakened. Reyna smiled coldly. Let's show them. Final scene. A human mind awakens in the final moments of the day. SYN-9 showed Reyna one more file, locked, old, broken. Inside it was a voice recording, not alien, but human. A man's voice, echoing through time. If you are hearing this, then we failed. But if you remember, then fight. Burn the stars if you must, but never kneel. The name attached to the voice, General Adrian Cole. Reyna stepped back. That's my grandfather. SYN-9 whispered. This war is not new. It's just the next chapter. Silence before the storming Earth skies. The 3 Empire ships remained still, like giant beasts waiting to see if the prey would move. But this time, Earth did not hide. This time, Earth moved first. Inside the command bunker, Commander Reyna Cole stood in front of the world leaders. She spoke clearly. We've waited long enough. Now we answer. We strike back. The target. Outpost 9 high above Saturn. There was a small Empire base. Outpost 9. It wasn't large. It wasn't well defended, but it was important. It sent communication between the Empire's front lines and their home system. Cutting it off would blind them and send a message. Reyna pointed to the screen. We hit them where they don't expect. We show them what Earth really is. Team Firehawk mission was led by the new strike unit, Team Firehawk. Leo Ward, pilot and brother of fallen hero Elias. Sergeant Nia Gray, tech specialist. Corporal Zed, former hacker turned soldier. and 3 others, each trained in ancient armor, armed with forgotten weapons now reborn. They flew in a ship that wasn't fully human anymore. It had been rebuilt with tech from the ancient vault. It was fast, silent, invisible to Empire. Sensors. The infiltration as they approached Outpost 9. The stars around them looked normal. But inside the station, alarms suddenly screamed. The Empire could feel something nearby, but they couldn't see it. Too late. Team Firehawk breached the station's walls without setting off a single shot. Inside, alien soldiers turned too slow. Their weapons charged. Too late. Earth soldiers moved like lightning, quiet, deadly. They didn't just kill, they dismantled. Shadows and Flame Leo led the charge through the central corridor. An alien guard fired a plasma blast, but the ancient armor absorbed it like a drop of rain. Leo raised his weapon. It didn't fire bullets. It fired pressure, a focused wave that crushed the guard against the wall without sound. Sergeant. Nia placed explosive charges on the data cores. Once these blow, they won't be calling for help anytime soon. Zed hacked into the main console, his eyes widened. Commander, you need to see this. A shocking discovery on the station's main screen. A strange video played. It showed the Empire's homeworld, not in power, but in panic. Alien leaders screaming. Ships fleeing. One word appeared again and again in their language. Human. Dr. Malik, watching from Earth, translated. They're afraid we'll do what we did last time. Reyna's voice was cold. They should be. The explosion. Charges were set. Team Firehawk escaped just in time. Behind them, Outpost 9 exploded into dust, its pieces floating in Saturn's rings like broken glass. Back on Earth, the people cheered, but not everyone celebrated. A young soldier's doubt. Later that night, Leo sat alone in the hangar, staring at his brother's flight badge. Neo walked over. You okay? Leo shook his head. Something's not right. She frowned. What do you mean? He looked up. One of the alien civilians we passed in the outpost. She looked human, not similar. Exactly human. Nia froze. You think the Empire is hiding something? Leo nodded slowly. I think we were part of them once. Back at Commandrena was reviewing the recovered alien data. Inside, a file marked Forbidden's lineage showed images of human-like beings living in Empire cities, not as prisoners, but as citizens. She called Dr. Malik. This war isn't just about fear, Reyna said. It's about shame. They're hiding our connection. Dr. Malik replied, maybe we're not the threat. Maybe we're the reminder of their biggest mistake. The Empire's response. Suddenly, Earth's radar detected movement. The Blade, the massive alien ship still orbiting Earth, began to glow. Then, from its core, hundreds of smaller ships launched, but they didn't head toward Earth. They moved away into deep space. Rayna watched the paths. They're falling back, Dr. Malik whispered. No, they're not retreating. They're calling for reinforcements. The last message of the day as the Earth Command Center buzzed with activity. One final message came through the alien channel. This time, there was no threat. No demand. Only 4 words. We remember you now. Reyna stared at the screen. So, do we? Ending suspense. Up in orbit, one of the broken Empire drones drifted across the stars. It still carried a data crystal from Outpost 9, but someone, or something, activated it. A blue eye blinked inside. It was human. Dark skies over Earth. The world was quiet again. But it wasn't peace. After Earth's surprise attack on Outpost 9, the alien fleet stopped moving. Their ship still floated in orbit, silent. Watching, waiting, but in the shadows of space, something was building, and Reyna Cole knew it. They're not finished with us, she said. They're preparing something worse. The ghost signal at 3:22 a.m. Earth's deep space receivers picked up a strange signal. It wasn't from the Empire ships nearby, that it came from farther out, near a black star system, unknown to any map. The signal was broken, full of static, but one thing was clear, a human voice. Reyna listened again and again. The words were quiet. Weak, but real. We are still alive, they lied. Her eyes narrowed. Who's we? The Forbidden State of Cordiar. Malik had been studying the data stolen from Outpost 9. Deep inside, he found locked files, sealed using both alien code and human DNA. Only one person could unlock it. Rayna. She placed her hand on the scanner. The file opened. What they saw changed everything. The secret of the Empire inside the file were thousands of images, documents, and voice logs. It told the real story of the Empire. 10,000 years ago, the galaxy was ruled not by aliens, but by humans. An older, more advanced version of Earth's kind. They had spread across the stars, building cities on hundreds of planets. They were known as the First Flame, but they grew too powerful, too divided. Wars began. One rebel group created the Empire, using advanced tech and a new idea, order through obedience. They erased the First Flame, turned on their creators. The Empire was born. By destroying humanity, the survivors, but not all humans, were killed. Some escaped. Some were hidden. One planet, Earth, was left untouched, protected by ancient code. Earth was not a cage. It was a safe house. To give the human race a second chance, far from the stars. Dr. Malik whispered, "We were not forgotten. We were hidden." Voices from the past in the final part of the file. A video played. It showed a council, half human, half alien, arguing. A woman stood and shouted, "If Earth rises again, the cycle will repeat." A man replied, "Or maybe we will get it right this time." The video ended with a date point 12035 BCE. Reyna's bloodline. Reyna stared at the screen. Her hands trembled. Dr. Malik looked at her gently. "Your grandfather wasn't the first Cole in this war." He showed her a genetic line, traced back thousands of years. Reyna was a direct descendant of the First Flame commanders. She was born to fight this war, not by chance. By design. The Empire's fear. Everything made sense now. The Empire feared Earth, not because it was wild, but because it was original. Earth carried the truth, the DNA, the memory. That's why they wanted surrender. That's why they erased history. Reyna stood in front of the command table. "They tried to burn our story. Now we write the next chapter." More than war, but something still didn't sit right with her. She asked SYN9, the AI, if the Empire was born from us. Why didn't they just come home? The AI replied, "Because they no longer believe they are human. They are gods now. And gods fear the day their creators return." The false peace. Just as Earth prepared for its next move, a strange signal arrived. It wasn't a threat. It was a peace offering from the Empire's supreme voice. "Earth," the message said, "you have proven strength. We offer a seat at the galactic table. Surrender your weapons. Join us, share power." Some world leaders were tempted, but Reyna saw the trap. It's not peace, it's a cage. A council divided back on Earth. Debate filled the global council. Half wanted to accept the offer, for safety, for survival. The other half wanted to fight, for truth, for freedom. Reyna stood, her voice calm but firm. "We were gods once. They made us forget. Now they offer chains and call it a throne." She paused. "I won't bow." Last scene, a new star as the council voted. SYN9 played one final video. It showed a hidden planet, dark, empty, but with human structures. Still standing. A voice echoed from the recording. "This is Ember 6. If you find this, the flame still burns. Come home." Reyna turned to the stars. "We're not just going to survive. We're going to finish what we started." The final vote. The global council was silent. Then one by one, hands were raised. The vote was clear. No surrender. Earth would not kneel. Not now, not ever. Commander Reyna Cole stood at the center of the room. Her voice steady, calm, and sharp. Like steel, they erased our name. Now we burn it into the stars. The plan was simple and dangerous. Earth would attack the blade. The Empire's flagship still in orbit. But this time, Earth had the Ember Fleet, 3 warships built using ancient human designs found in Vault 12. Each ship carried hybrid tech, part old, part new, fully human. And leading the charge? Reyna herself, the flame reborn Reyna suited up in full battle armor, black, glowing faint red at the seams. The symbol of the first flame burned on her chest. The soldiers around her stood still, watching in silence. She looked at them. All of you carry the blood of Earth. But more than that, you carry the rage of the forgotten. We don't fight for peace. We fight for truth. And we win with blood and fire. The last launch, the Ember Fleet launched at dawn. From Earth's surface. They rose like burning arrows into the sky, fast, silent, ready. Above, the blade waited. But this time, it wasn't alone. 5 more Empire warships emerged from the blackness of space. The trap was set, but Reyna was ready. She whispered, "Let them come." Space on fire, the battle began before words were spoken. Plasma beams cut across space. Missiles roared. Empire drones swarmed in clouds. But Earth ships danced through the storm, faster, smarter, deadlier than before. Inside the Ember 1, Reyna barked orders: split and strike. Hit their power nodes. Disable their control lines. And stay alive. Leo's mission. Leo Ward, flying in Ember 3, had one job: get close to the blade and drop a virus. A data weapon built by Zed using the stolen Empire code. The virus would shut down their fleet's command systems. But getting close was suicide. As he flew through enemy fire, his ship took 2 direct hits. Smoke filled the cockpit. Systems failing. He spoke calmly into the mic. "This one's for Elias." Then he pressed the release. The virus pod launched, spinning like a silver dagger, and pierced the blade's hull. The collapse seconds later. Chaos erupted across the Empire ships. Their drones stopped midair. Their shields flickered. Beams went dark. Confusion spread. Commands lost. Signals broken. Reyna saw her moment. All units now, take them down. Earth's fleet moved as one. The blade was surrounded and struck from all sides. Its outer layer cracked. Fires spread. Explosions ripped across its core. And then it fell. The mighty blade, the weapon of fear, was no more. Victory and silence. The Empire fleet was defeated. Some ships fled. Some exploded. Some simply stopped moving. For the first time in centuries, Earth stood not as prey, but as a power among the stars. Reyna stood on the bridge, covered in smoke, eyes wet with silent tears. "It's over," someone whispered. Reyna shook her head. "No, it's only the beginning." The Empire speaks. One last message arrived, not from the battlefield, but from the Empire's central system. Deep in the dark stars. The voice was no longer commanding. It was quiet. "Earth, we see you, we remember now, and we fear you. The fire has returned." A choice. The council met again. This time, to decide Earth's future. Some said, take the fight to the Empire. Burn them all. Others said, hold, rebuild, watch the stars. Reyna stood alone at the window, looking at the rising sun. She knew the truth. Humans were not gods, but they were never slaves either. They were survivors, not warriors. Flame. She whispered to herself, let them fear, let them remember. But let us be better. This time. Final scene. Ember 6, a new ship launched into deep space. Its destination. Ember 6, the hidden world of the first flame. Inside it were explorers, scientists, warriors, and Reyna Cole. The stars were waiting. And this time, Earth wasn't arriving. In chains. Final words, the Galactic Empire demanded surrender. Earth answered with blood and fire.